It's Friday, June 10th here in Seoul. Hey everyone, it's Debbie from Korea Now, and these are your daily headlines.
As South Korea gets ready for the second launch of its homegrown space rocket next week, the Korea Aerospace Research Institute held an online briefing on Friday to explain its progress. The institute said the Nuri rocket has now been fully assembled and is ready to be launched on June 15th at around 4 p.m. And developers will decide whether to move the rocket to the launch pad on the evening of the 13th, depending on the weather conditions. During the first launch in October, Nuri successfully reached its target altitude of 700 kilometers, but it failed to place a dummy satellite into orbit as its third-stage engine burned out too soon. To prevent this from happening again, developers have reinforced the anchoring device of the helium tank inside the engine. UN Special Rapporteur for the Promotion of Truth, Justice and Reparation Fabian Salvioli met with Korean victims of human rights violations on Thursday. These included 93-year-old Lee Yong-soo, one of the surviving victims of Japan's sexual slavery during World War II, known as Comfort Woman. And later in the day, he also met with Koreans who were adopted in the US and Denmark as children in the 1970s, and a civic group for the victims of a 1948 civilian massacre on Jeju Island. During the remainder of his trip, the envoy will examine the progress made in redressing historical cases of human rights violations in South Korea. And based on his examination, he will make a report to the UN Human Rights Council next year. Korean Air will resume 3 of its long-haul operations to Europe and North America next month amid eased travel restrictions. In a statement on Thursday, Korean Air said it will offer 3 flights a week on direct flights from Incheon International Airport to Milano and Vienna starting July 1st, and then reopen the route from Incheon to Las Vegas from July 10th. The resumption comes more than 2 years since the airline suspended most of its long-distance flights due to COVID-19. It plans to resume more international flights depending on travel demand.
And those are your top stories. For full-length articles, you can go to our official website, link down below. As always, make sure to subscribe to Korea Now for more daily updates.